Hey, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for joining. Today I'm going to show you how I installed a $150 diesel heater in my '06 Sprinter. My heater didn't come with any instructions, so the first thing that I did was lay down all the parts to make sure I have everything and to figure out what tools I needed. You can check out the description for the list of tools I used. My next step was to decide on the location to install the heater. I considered installing it near the back of the van, but the floor is corrugated and the heating unit should be installed on a flat surface. Most Sprinter owners install their diesel heaters under the passenger seat. It's flat, out of the way, and there's just enough space. So I decided to go that route as well. My kit came with a template which I used to drill my 4 mounting holes, 1 hole for the fuel line and 2 1-inch holes for the air intake and exhaust. Be sure to climb under the van to make sure you're not drilling into anything important. I cut a 3-inch hole in the base of the passenger seat to direct the flow of hot air into the cabin. You want to be sure to paint over any cuts you make into the van's metal to prevent rust. Once you get the heater to drop down into the holes, it's time to hang out under the van. This was by far my least favorite part. I started by attaching the air intake hose and running it behind the passenger side mud flap. I then attached the exhaust and muffler and directed it to the side of the van. I cut the exhaust hose in half so I could direct it after it went through the muffler. I don't recommend doing this since the hose doesn't fit well where I cut it. I ended up breaking my fuel filter, so I didn't include it. I installed the fuel pump with a self-tapping screw and made sure it was approximately at a 30-degree angle. I used zip ties to run the fuel line over the exhaust heat shields and drop it down next to the vehicle's diesel tank. The way you tap into your diesel fuel tank is going to vary depending on your Sprinter. Mine came equipped with a heater booster that has its own auxiliary line to the tank. If yours has that, you'll see a little box behind the driver's side headlight, as well as a heater booster button on the dashboard. I ended up making a T out of some brass parts so I could tap into the line going to the heater booster. If your van doesn't have this auxiliary line, you'll need to drop the diesel tank and install a standpipe. After all the parts were installed, I hooked up the electrical lines. I cut and respliced the line that powers the fuel pump so I could send it through a factory-made hole in the floor underneath the passenger seat. I sent the battery and controller lines through a channel that led to the driver's seat and then ran them back to the house battery underneath my bed. I've been using this heater for about a month, and honestly, I don't know how I went so long without it. If you want to hear me talk more about this heater, I did an unboxing and review video, and that's linked in the description. Also, there's a link to buy this heater. It's an affiliate link, so it helps out this channel if you click through. Thanks for watching this video. As always, I appreciate it. If you haven't, please consider subscribing and let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future in the comments. We'll see you later.